These guys over here, the Hans, they don't necessarily have too much AP power, so I'm actually rather interested in seeing how well they do against these T-62 tanks, if they do fire at all. Come on, fire. Yeah, that is a new problem. Sometimes there's this delay till the vehicles fire. I suppose in this situation it works for us actually, because that makes it so that we can easily pick off one of those T-62s from behind. And over here, because of their long range, what I can do is that I can do that little thing where I shift them around inside the buildings just like that. Hopefully these 2 rounds will land. Another thing about these Hans is that their projectiles appear to be very slow. I'm not really sure if that's just the game's graphics, or that's just actually how fast they function. Yeah, because their rounds seem to take a long time, although oddly enough, when they fire at infantry, the blast seems to be instantaneous. Plus, they're not too accurate with them. They don't have that nice 70% base accuracy, like, say, some of those Fallschirmjägers. So I'm gonna get these guys to pull back now, simply because their job is pretty much done. Now again, we've sighted that, we see that artillery base. I can fire off a shot on it, but I honestly don't think that'll do that much. Oh, there's some enemies over here. So what I want to do is that I want to coat that area, so I'll move my vehicle back a little bit. Oh, there are things over here too. Where did my sniper team go? What's around here? And again, I think I'll send my infantry forwards to check out whether or not they have anything over there. And I'll also buy one of these recon helicopters. I have some of these cheap but very good optic little French helicopters, which are decent for that role. Oh, that would be actually really useful if we could capture all those trucks. But these things are probably going to make the turn here. Yeah, they're going to try to make the turn. Alright, well, those ATGM teams should actually just be made out of 2 people. Let's see, which is cheaper? The Fallschirmjäger is actually the cheapest infantry that I have here, though the UDT SEALs might be slightly cheaper. No, they're about the same price. Their helicopters are a little more cheaper, I suppose. I think I'll actually get this Huey to just run into this blurb here, because I really want to figure out whether or not there is anything worthwhile there. It's going to be a nice little helicopter kill for us, or plane kill for us. Hopefully that'll be another one. There we go, second one. Oh no, it's no, we're hitting him with the SAS and some of our blasts. Ah, so he has some stuff back here and over here too, so these are the locations. Alright, well in that case, we're gonna unleash the beast. Again, fairly accurate rocket artillery. It's not exactly the most powerful though, which is a bit of a downer. Wanted to drop those things on them. If you keep these snipers inside pretty much forested areas, their stealth, except their exceptional stealth capabilities, should allow us to get fairly close by before exposing ourselves. I want to check whether or not this artillery barrage does take out any vehicles. It should panic the troops. We got one 5-point thing. Yeah, they're not. These artillery units, I mean, they're not great, like the North Korean / Chinese cheapo artillery, but they do a decent job in suppressing units, I suppose. This deck, it's not necessarily that strong on artillery once again. So over here, yeah, we really just want to kite up around this village, try to squeeze our troops inside it, and see how it goes. And they're going to drop some counter battery on me, unfortunately. It's gonna put a few shots in there, it's no big deal though. And over here what I want to do is that I want to move forward into this little blurb of town. So I've got my snipers to try to check this area out. I'll disable their primary weapons. And I want to bring in some of those Hans because they have those AT... Because they have some of those AT weapons which make them really rather effective in clearing out areas like that. Actually, what we can do here is that if we enable the sniper rifle on our snipers, these enemy little ATGM teams, the specialized teams, are only 2 people, and with that said, snipers are actually fairly effective at just picking them off one by one. So we just want to get our guys. They have 50 rounds inside their sniper rifle too, so they might actually be able to just slowly whittle these ATGM guys down. Unfortunately, these guys, when they're in buildings, they're very difficult to take down, but in open fields, your sniper rifles should actually be able to effectively knock out one guy per shot. Here, this is going to take some time, but my game is lagging quite badly for some reason. There we go, managed to nick down one guy. There's probably some more troops in there, so I'll get my guys to just go around this hill and check it out. Let's see. Yeah, unfortunately these snipers, they do expose themselves when they fire off their little rifle. I mean, that was, yeah. That was 20 points worth of stuff, so I mean, we technically only lose 5 points if we lose that sniper rifle like there. So it's not that big of a deal, which is good. And on the plus side, I mean, we do know where the enemy's little APC things are, so we are able to go over there and clear those guys out as well, though that is a bit more of a challenge, seeing as how we'd have to run our infantry into them to try to clear them out. I'll try to get the SEAL team to actually work in that into that area too, but that'll be a bit of a minor little push. And really, I mean, on this deck, it's more so about the defensive, so I mean, it's pretty good for these destruction game modes, and if you're able to lock down certain areas of the map like we do here, notably on the 10v10 Vanguard map, this deck can actually lock down the middle of the map just full stop. In that respect, it's very, very effective, but for offensive capability, I mean, again, it's honestly not that much. What can we do here? There's a few of these recon planes around. Maybe we can snipe those. Yeah, not a lot of tanks. We can bring in some harpoons and some stuff like that. The Sheridan actually features prominently a very, very powerful HE cannon, double the amount of the other two tanks that we have. So that is also a nice little unit that we have. One thing that you can do to just sort of automate your units is that if you press Q, it'll give a auto attack a unit. So with that said, it'll try to move in range here. If it can see a guy, it'll try to take him out. Just like that, it'll sort of automatically stop the unit, which is rather nice. And that'll be 2 vehicles like that. These guys were worth 25, those 2 things were worth 30. So if we lose the SEAL team in trying to probe up this area, I suppose everything will be just sort of balanced out, so that's good. Oh, he also has a few SPWs over here. And again, because these guys are elite units, they have really, really good little rocket launchers. So he has some Moto Shelton troops over there. Alright, well in that case we'll shut off all of our guns. That should make our guys slightly stealthier. Probably not going to do very much inside this circumstance. And I want to bait this Mi-28 back to our SAS troops, because that'll just decimate them. Those guys are actually in range, we just can't see them over over all of the crap in the all of the trees, I suppose. Oh, but that is such a good target. I'll try to get my SAS guys to move forward like that. Get the UTC SEALs to pull back. Get the Fallschirmjäger back forward. And I'll get my supply chopper to hopefully fill up that squad of SEALs once again. On the road again. Indeed. So we'll try to do that, and with that said, I'll try to get the Han troops to move up and take out those Moto Shelton people. Oddly, inside this game, your infantry, they seem to have this like mountain goat functionality. And what I mean by that is these SAS guys, and just infantry in general, not only the SAS guys, they seem to be able to climb up whatever hill sort of plagues them. With that said, like look at that, they can just sprint up these places. With that said, I'll try to keep them up there, and I'll try to get some eyes on those Moto people over there, the Russian infantry. There we go. And again, I'm just gonna issue a attack order, move attack order to those Hans, so then they can brawl it out. And that'll sort of work that flank up. Oh, this will actually be a good time to bring in my little Unfortunately, it looks like I lost one of my little OH-58Cs, but these are very, very potent little gun infrared Stinger missile launching helicopters, making them invaluable in taking out other helicopters. And again here, Hans, they outrange the enemies, though in this situation we're sort of fighting in range of those Motorschützen. But what they'll do is that they'll drop off those high explosive rounds, which should be able to take out them faster than they are able to take out us with their little RPK machine gun. And in addition, you'll see here it's panicking their troops, whereas ours is just being shaken. Again, a very, very useful little tool. They have way too many AT little things there. Ooh, that was actually an expensive helicopter. Yikes. So there we go, 15 points worth of Motorschützen right there. This is another squad, though. We can actually take out these supply trucks. Supply trucks are surprisingly worth a fair amount of points, so if you're able to nick those, I would say go for it. Oh, seeing as how the game has been rebalanced so that FOBs are more valuable and supply trucks are less, I would say that it's actually worth going for FOB targets now, or FOB and those little supply trucks, seeing as how you only have 8 of them per pack, and I mean, if you take them all out, it severely hinders your opponent. So let's see, hopefully we can enter this building complex, figure out what is over here. Oh, they have, I want to just get my guys to shift over here, figure out where the enemy actually is. And I just want to dump those heat rounds, those high explosive rounds on them, because those are just absolutely killer. Starting to run out of those rounds though, unfortunately. Hopefully we'll be able to finish this Motorschützen squad, and then I want to pull my guys over here back. So let's see, one more round, there we go, takes it out. These Han guys have done their job, they're going to pull back, and I'm going to buy another pack of them, simply because I really, really like these troops. So, let's see, it's been, I would say, 30 minutes into the game, we're almost done. We have 4.7k of points, the enemy has 2.8k out of 6k required, so yeah. We still have a decent amount of troops. I mean, we haven't run out of the UDT and the Fallschirmjäger guys. By far, the Han and the SAS troops we are getting very, very short on, unfortunately, but still, I mean, very, very effective for these little pushes here and there. And the Surrender Brigade comes along, unfortunately, simply because I believe if you leave the game right now, you actually don't get a loss on your profile. I don't really know. Some people care about it, some people don't, but hey, you know what, that's sort of there. We're actually at 5.4, so this will be a fairly short match too. One thing that's rather helpful is that if you actually pull back your infantry, most players right now, they'll just sort of begin to oh great, now everybody leaves. If you pull back your infantry, a lot of the times your opponent will just keep shelling the same location, seeing as how currently those large artillery pieces, they do a ton of damage, but they take a long time to sort of aim and fire and stuff and such like that. They're also really, really accurate, so they're good against the infantry, but only when they're defending. When you're attacking, you can just simply pull back or move outside of the building complex, or wherever they're really targeting, and you'd be fine. Alright, let's see. This rocket launcher should have been moved back a long time ago, so we'll get that back in action. What else can we do? And really, I mean, once you get to this point of the game where you sort of lock down your zone already, and the enemy isn't necessarily putting down very much pressure, it's mainly just about harassing the enemy, trying to look for locations where you can squeeze your troops in, pick off the enemy one by one, and then sort of just pull back to resupply, keep your point count high, keep your troops well supplied too. With that sort of said, I don't feel like we really need to end this match to just sort of demonstrate this deck, I suppose. I'll see you guys later on where we check out some more footage. Bye bye until then.